How's it going, everyone? This is Mitchell Mander, and welcome to another review of the Boruto anime. And I'm glad to be bringing you this review because this episode was probably the best episode of Boruto since episode 65. Like, the animation in this episode was amazing. But, yeah, it's still not as great as episode 65 in my opinion, but this episode was still fantastic. So anyways, guys, if you're new to the channel, be sure to like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, and yeah, let's get on to this review, shall we? Okay, we have Boruto and Sarada versus Deepa in the beginning. We have Konohamaru versus Victor here in the beginning, at least for a little bit. But, yeah, I'll get to Boruto and Sarada in a little bit. Let's start with Konohamaru, because, yeah, this guy sucks. Look, I want Konohamaru to actually have some nice moments in the series, but I just swear he just gets nothing because, yeah, nothing he does against Victor does anything. And Victor here knows all 5 basic chakra natures, so... And then he's over here like, oh, the only person I know that knows this is Gramps. Buddy, I'm... like... Big Bro Naruto, I believe, has access to all natures, and as well as Yin Yang release as well, so, yeah, Konohamaru, come on now. But anyways, Konohamaru is questioning Victor as to why he's doing all this, and so screw Victor because he's like, oh yeah, you know, lesser human beings are sacrificed so that superior human beings can taste the chakra fruit, and I will gain eternal life. Yeah, their deaths, I won't make them in vain. They willingly chose to give me the chakra fruit. Like, this guy literally went out. He's like, yeah, his employees willingly like let themselves be fed to the divine tree, or the fake divine tree, in order for Victor to get his chakra fruit. What a douchebag. Anyways, Orochimaru shows up, and this is where the battle gets interesting here with Orochimaru versus Victor, because Orochimaru ain't playing around. Because Victor tries to attack him, he takes out a snake and he bites Victor's head off. But Victor has that amazing, you know, self-regeneration, so he grows his head back. He also has his arms ripped off as well, but he grows them back as well. But yeah, Orochimaru versus Victor is a lot more interesting than Konohamaru versus Victor. But anyways, the main event in this episode is Boruto and Sarada versus Deepa for the first part. Unfortunately for Boruto and Sarada, nothing they do just affects this guy. He just repels all their attacks and dishes it back to them. And they're basically up against the wall, and several times in this battle, Boruto almost dies. The first time he almost dies, that moment was beautifully animated, by the way. Mitsuki comes in to save him. Yeah, Mitsuki's here. Turns out that log actually lended him some of his organs, and because of that, Mitsuki was able to come out and help Boruto and Sarada in this battle. So yay, Mitsuki's here. I was actually pretty happy about that. I was concerned that Mitsuki wasn't going to be involved at the end of this arc, but I like how both times he was out of commission this arc, he came in to save the day, pretty much. But yeah, I was actually really happy with this. But the second time that Boruto almost died, Sarada stepped in, and this part was one of my favorite parts in the episode. It finally happened, guys. In that moment, you know, Sarada's like, I can't become Hokage unless I beat somebody like you. If I get beaten by someone like you, I'm basically not worthy of being a Hokage. And in that moment, she unlocks her Two-Tomo Sharingan in a very amazing moment. So yes, guys, finally, Two-Tomo Sharingan Sarada exists in the anime, finally. But even with Mitsuki, yeah, Team 7 is still struggling, and Deepa is pretty much owning them, and they're just nothing they do is just working on this guy. Boruto does get a high compression Rasengan on him, as he's been trying this whole battle with his clones to try and distract Deepa, to try and get a hit in, he just can't. Well, he finally gets a hit in, and it seems to do a little bit of damage on Deepa, and it kind of freaks him out. So Deepa enters his final form, which I'm not going to lie, was a little lame, but yeah, that's a thing. So yeah, he enters his final form basically to finish off Team 7. Anyways, back to Orochimaru versus Victor. So Mia shows up. Seriously, girl, why did you come all the way down there? But anyways, Mia shows up and she sees Victor in his true form. It freaks him out. She questions him why he sacrificed his husband. And, you know, he's over here like, yeah, he's only a stepping stone for, you know, my development, for the divine tree. which sickens Mia. And so he goes up and he notices, oh, the divine tree, it's ready to bud. I'm going to have eternal life. Yay. So Victor goes up to try and have some good old chakra fruit. And what ends up happening is the divine tree ends up grabbing him and sucking him into the tree. Yeah, might be an imitation, but yeah, mere humans can't easily obtain the chakra fruit this way. So Victor, yeah, he ends up getting swallowed by the tree. So is this the end of Victor? Question mark. No, but it's gonna be interesting to see how he crawls his way out of there. So in response to all this, Orochimaru actually ends up basically poisoning. It looks like he poisons the divine tree. He uses a technique that's very similar to how him and Hiruzen was sealed back in part 1 of Naruto. Just in this case, it's actually poisoning the divine tree and destroying it and withering it. And part of it falls to the level below. Deepa catches an eye of it, and he just has like this mental breakdown because he doesn't get to taste the divine fruit. Or the chakra fruit. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to kill you all. And Boruto's like, yeah, we're not having any of that. And Boruto goes for another high compression Rasengan, even if it blows his arm off. So he's going up against Deepa, and it looks like he's losing because Deepa is just so powerful. Mitsuki shows up, he wraps his snakes around Boruto's arm to strengthen it. Goes into Sage mode, and Sorta also helps out from the back as well. And they end up pushing the high compressed Rasengan right into Deepa. It breaks through all of his defenses, and it takes Deepa down. So Deepa is defeated. And all I can think of as he's pretty much possibly dying is that he was so close to tasting that divine fruit or chakra fruit. As the facility begins to crumble, and Deepa seemingly ends up getting crushed. So rip Deepa, I guess? But anyways, they escape the facility, and then Mia over here is going to be a witness for them, and probably the feudal lord. So yeah, Victor's schemes are going to be exposed to the world, or at least to the Hidden Leaf Village. And Orochimaru has already notified Naruto, so everything's wrapping up nice here. Team 7 managed to defeat an inner member of Kara, whereas Konohamaru failed to do so. So I guess Konohamaru is still trashing Maru, and that's where the episode comes to an end. Okay. So, I'm going to say right now that this is definitely my favorite episode, probably the best episode of Boruto since episode 65. I still don't think that episode is going to be surpassed anytime soon, if not ever. But, yeah, this episode was fantastic. It had great animation. It had apparently more cuts than episode 65. That's kind of crazy. That's the main highlight in this episode. The fight choreography was amazing. Everything about it between Boruto and Sarada and Mitsuki versus Deepa was amazing. Even Konohamaru, the brief amount of time he fought against Victor was pretty amazing. Orochimaru versus Victor was awesome. So the main highlight here is the fight sequences, because they were amazing. Top notch. Studio Pierrot went all the way out on this episode. I swear they deliver on the important episodes. But yeah, the animation was fantastic in this episode. Definitely the highlight. And I will say, too, that it's also pretty nice that Boruto and Sarada, they were training really hard, and it seems like, their training paid off. Boruto managed to use his high compression Rasengan to defeat Deepa, and it does kind of make sense that this would actually harm him. So, I mean, I'll accept that. I was hoping that, somebody else would take out Deepa. That is, if he is dead, that is. But I did like the fact that, that everything, that was building up throughout this the training in this arc, it paid off. Boruto managed to take out Deepa. Sarada unlocked 2 Tomo Sharingan. She was pretty much able to dodge most of Deepa's cubes as well. So, yeah, nice payoff. I only have 2 issues with this episode. The first issue is Konohamaru. Because, dude, why do you suck so much? Come on! I just wish the anime would actually give this guy something to do. Something useful to do. Take out somebody important, but he just never delivers. I mean, he had that fight with Jugo, and he managed to, take out Jugo, but it didn't kill Jugo or, seriously hurt him. But, yeah, you know what I mean? It's just disappointing to see Konohamaru just not do anything. That's why people call him trash. This guy just can't accomplish anything significant. His team defeated Deepa, and they're Genin, and he couldn't even take out Victor. He needed Orochimaru's help, which Orochimaru technically didn't defeat Victor. It was the divine tree sucked up Victor himself, so he kind of got what he deserved. But whatever. It just sucks that Konohamaru just got got nothing out of the end of this arc. He got assisted once again, and his team once again outshined him. And the other issue is Deepa himself. Now, don't get me wrong, I like Deepa a lot. He served his purpose in this arc, and he caused Boruto and Sarada to gain development in this arc, which is fantastic. There's just some holes in his character that just didn't get filled. I don't know if he's completely dead yet or not. We don't know yet. I mean, Victor's not dead, but Deepa is question mark right now. But like, there's just some things that were just not really answered. Like, for example, in 168, he seemed kind of depressed, and he didn't finish off Shinki, Shikadai, Inogen, and Chocho when he had the chance. And he also failed that mission, and he didn't like do anything. Like, there wasn't really any explanation for that. I know it seemed like his jutsu or whatever he uses to produce all those cubes seemed to be wearing out as he had steam coming from his arm, but none of that really got explained. We didn't know why he was depressed in that episode. Like, every other episode he's like, his normal self, but that episode he was off completely. So I don't know, maybe he can't taste good fine dining, and he just was hoping to get the chakra fruit. But yeah, I don't know. I have mixed feelings about this, because I do like Deepa, but at the same time, there's holes in his character that just didn't get filled. So, yeah. I mean, at least he's better than Urashiki. That all being said, this still was an amazing episode, and I definitely recommend you checking it out. So, I'm going to go ahead and give this episode a 9.5 out of 10. Solid episode. One of the best episodes of Boruto, and my favorite since episode 65. So guys, in the comment section down below, what did you think of this episode? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Post your thoughts in the comment section down below. Be sure to like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. And I'll talk to you all later. You all stay safe out there and have a good day or night wherever you're at. I'll see you all later. Bye.